One of my all-time favorite things in COD Zombies is the speedruns, and I've always wanted to give zombie speedrunning a chance. So in today's video, I'm going to attempt 3 different speedruns as a complete beginner. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Any support helps out a ton. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the first map of the video, and I thought I'm not saying this one is an easy one to go for, but this one is super straightforward because I've played Kino like a billion times. So we have the speed run timer in the top right corner, as you can see, and we're going to do the Kino Pack-a-Punch speed run, which is currently held by J-Dubs, which is 4 minutes and 3 seconds. Now, do I think we're going to get anywhere close to that? Probably not. But before we jump into this, just kinda, what I picked up on from his video was we're gonna buy the M14 off the wall because we need to be able to get long shots, because we need to be able to kill these guys as fast as possible, because we are also trying to change the round as fast as possible. And we're gonna stick with that M14 pretty much the entire way, and also the pistol. Now, the thing about these pack records is it's pretty much, obviously there's a bunch of skill that goes into it, but it's also very important what your drops are. So in his video, he had a max ammo, double points, and insta-kill, and then a nuke. So that got him a bunch of points. So now if we're rocking, like nuke, carpenter, pretty much the run's over. So we're gonna give this quite a few attempts, because obviously we're not gonna go one and done, because obviously I've never done this before. I've never speed ran anything. So this is gonna be really interesting. But what we need to do first, actually, but without further ado, let's restart the game and get right into this. Alrighty, so we're a little delayed on starting because I had to change my FOV. Whatever, Plutonium and COD, they like to do that. So what we're going to do right away before the zombies show up is we're going to grab the M14. And surprisingly, he was killing them with the M14 right off the bat. He wasn't even going for the pistol kills. Alrighty, there we go. Now, I'm hoping that our plutonium does not crash, because BO1 plutonium likes to crash on me all the time. Also, we are not off to a good start. J-Dubs makes this look really easy. So I think we're going to maybe get some points. He wasn't rebuilding barriers, but I think we're going to try to get some points for rebuilding barriers. Also, I forgot to mention in the breakdown of the speedrun before we got into this, was we need about 9,250 points to get through all of the doors and to pack a bunch. All right, we are not doing too hot right now. Let's farm a few more points. Alrighty, round 2 is over. Let's go farm a few more points. Now, there's definitely probably a route that these guys stick to, like J-Dubs, so that they can kill these guys as fast as possible. Also, we should probably let these guys in the map so that we can get a drop. Okay, hold on. There we go. So this is good. We got a max ammo. We're already at 2.5 minutes. This is flying by. Probably going to try to farm a few points with this. Come on. That was not great. Farm a few more window points. Now, what we really need is insta-kill or double points. The double points is going to do a lot more. Also, I'm kind of understanding why he didn't rebuild barriers, because 1, it doesn't really give you a bunch of points, and 2, we need them in the map to get drops. So this was a bit of an oversight, but you want to what? That's all right. We can do this, and we can farm these guys a little bit more. Okay, hold on. So there's our insta-kill. Let's do this. Get a few more points for knifing them. Alright, so we are not matching J-Dub's record, which was kind of expected. But you want to know what? That's alright. We did get the insta-kill. That's helping out a bunch. So we are about just under 4,000 points short. And we got dogs, which I don't really think is part of the plan, because this is going to slow down the speed run way more than we wanted to. But we will get a max, which is nice, because we can farm a few more M1911 points. Alrighty, so there's the max. Probably should have reloaded a little bit. Now we just need about 3,000 more points. Yeah, we're not doing terrible. I mean, sub 10 would be nice for a first try. That would definitely be, you know, I would take a sub 10, but also, guys, this is my first time ever trying this. Like, I didn't give myself any practice runs. I literally just watched the J-Dubs video, and I was like, yeah, we can probably figure this one out. So we are on round 6, which isn't great because the M14 is buns. Okay, hold on. There's the double. This is where it gets. This is where we get big. As long as we don't go down, we do need to try to line them up a little bit, so that we can get more points. Oh god. Okay, I shouldn't have tried that. Oh man. We were about 1,000 points off, and we definitely would have gotten a sub 10. So we're gonna restart this and give it another whirl. Okay, we have 5 grand. Let's go. Alright, come on. Let's go there. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, alrighty, 749. That's not bad. That's sub 8, which is pretty good for a second attempt never doing this map before. Alrighty, so the record is 4:03, so we were almost 4 minutes over the record. What I want to do is I want to just kind of lock in and do this, try this one more time. Not really going to talk too much and see if we can beat 749. So we're going to reset and we're going to do this. Alrighty, so we locked in and we didn't have that great of a drop cycle. You know, we weren't really blessed that much. Actually, I should have killed that zombie. I just realized my mistake. Oh, crap. Hopefully he can respawn. I don't know why I left him alive. But we had a much better start. Granted, not the best drops, but we were able to lock in a little bit better. If he doesn't despawn, we might be able to catch him up here. There he is. Alrighty. So we're ending round 5. Please don't. Actually, if it's dogs, it doesn't really matter. I need 200 points. Not even. Come on, I wanted sub 7, but... Come on, 50 points. Oh god, we're whiffing. Okay, you want to what? Whatever, fine. Get in there. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. Sub 7, maybe? Sub 7? Maybe, maybe, maybe? 655. Holy cow, we almost shaved off a minute of our previous record. Holy cow. 655. You want to know what? That's 2.5? 240 off of the record. You want to know what? For a third try, I'm taking that. I'm happy with that. So, with that being said, I will see you guys on the next map. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the second map, or I guess map and speed run of the video. We are not on transit. No. We are on bus depot. We're going to go for a little bit of one of those odd ones. We're going to do a round 5 speed run. And I thought bus depot would be perfect because the video I watched from Zato, who is the current world record holder, he did it in 2 minutes and 37 seconds. He just stays in this room the entire time and just uses the M14. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're not even going to go outside. Not even going to bother with it. So literally the only strat is get the M14, go for headshots, and try to nade them off spawn, you know, to kind of speed it up a little bit. So I'm shooting for sub 4 minutes. That would be pretty great. but we might, you know, get a little away from 4 minutes, maybe, you know, 5 or 6 minutes or something. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we're gonna restart and get right into this. Alrighty, there we go. I was actually able to start the timer a little bit faster this time. So the video I watched was he threw a grenade there. This might do nothing. Threw a grenade there. Yeah, that grenade did absolutely nothing. That's okay. That's alright. So yeah, pretty much M14 only, and we're going for headshots. Okay, I see where he threw the grenade, and I see why. Because they spawned really far away. Alrighty, round 1 over, 36 seconds in. Maybe that's a world record. Who knows? But we should get 2 nades back this round, so maybe we do go for that spawn. Yes, we do. Alrighty, let's do this. Let's throw that in there. Throw that over there. I think we did get somebody with that grenade. Alrighty, round 2. Minute 13 in. Okay, I definitely don't think we're getting the 237. That's for damn sure. There's probably gonna be a spot you can stand and snipe all the zombies. Let's throw another one in here. Let's throw another one out there. If my aim was a little bit better, I think all of my runs would be not as crap. Okay, we do have a nuke. We can save that. That might help. I actually didn't really look into the RNG of the run that much. So we're going on round 4, and we're almost at world record time. So we're a little bit behind. But actually, we're just gonna grab this. I actually don't know if that's gonna slow us down or speed us up. What the, oh, Jesus. We're wasting time here. Come on, people. Also, I really got to pay attention to when we get that last zombie. All right, so we're at world record time right now. Also, I probably should have checked. It's probably when you get to round 5, right? I'm being a dumbass right now. It's probably when you get to round 5. 259. Okay, let me double check that it's when you get to round 5 and not end round 5. Otherwise, we're gonna redo this. Well, anyways, we were going to redo it anyways. I'm kind of just being a dumbass right now. Well, let me go check. Alrighty, so I wasn't being a dummy. It is when you get to round 5. I think I ended the timer a little bit before it actually flipped to round 5. But 2:59, let's just call it 3 minutes on the dot. We were 23 seconds past world record time. I think we can do this as we go down. So we're going to restart and try this again. Alrighty, we're at 3 minutes again. Somehow, we did better our first run. What in the world? Alrighty, let's end. Let it flip to round 5. 3:13. Not great. I mean, almost a minute over the record. I don't know what the hell we did the first time that allowed us to get a decent time. But we're going to try this one more time. Just like Kino, I'm going to lock in, shut up, and we're going to get this guy done. Alrighty, so we just ended round 4, and somehow we are doing worse. Come on, let it flip. 3:18, the worst one so far. And what I'm noticing is the zombie spawns are a big factor, and also the RNG, because the only thing that's really going to help us out is mainly insta-kill and nuke. Nuke, not so much, but insta-kill, yes, because in the world record run, he did get an insta-kill, I believe, on round 4, and he was able to finish it super fast as we go down. But yeah, so the spawns obviously change every single time, and that's what's throwing me off, because I don't know exactly where they're coming from, and they also take longer if they come from certain windows. But with that being said, Bus Depot, best time, 3 minutes, on to the next map. Alrighty guys, for the last speed run of the video, you know we gotta do it. We gotta do a good old song Easter egg. And I thought, you wanna know what? what better map to do it on than BO3's Shadows of Evil? So this one's pretty simple. We just got to pick up 3 different parts around the map. The first one is going to be upstairs here. The second is going to be in the river thing. I kind of forget what you call the, you know, the little areas below the, you know, the below the map. You know what I'm talking about. You know, the little areas down here. Whatever. So the second part's down there, and then the third one is going to be in the downstairs. In, you know, kind of by Widow's Wine. That's the best way to put it. And also, we are not going to be doing this with Gobblegums, just because I'm not against Gobblegums. It's just that Gobblegums completely break everything. And to even get a good time, a comparable time with, you know, any Easter egg that's just, you know, abusing Gobblegums, you got to just be absolutely nuts at the game. So we're doing this with no gums, and the current record is by Flash XD. It's 2 minutes and 15 seconds. So I'm hoping we can go for sub 4. But there's one thing I gotta do really quickly just to make sure I know how to do it, and it's in beast mode. So if we come here, oh, come on. We gotta jump across, and we should be able to come right here. There we go. Alrighty. I just had to see what the exact spot was to get that door open, because that's gonna save us a little bit of time. And the other thing we're going to need is make sure we have double points, which we have double points right now. I believe it cycles through all the drops or a couple drops. I'm not 100% sure. But anyways, we're going to restart and we're going to get right into this. Alrighty. Took a couple attempts, but you want to know what? That's all right. So what we're going to do is... we got the door open. We're going to get the free points. Let's come here. Let's get this open. Alrighty. We might be a little bit out of time for this one. Just to getting that gate open just takes way too long. Okay, actually, hold on. We might have saved the run. Let's grab the double points. This is actually the first attempt we've really gotten going, because getting that double points is the biggest thing that we need. Come on, zombies. There we go. All right, I'm getting a little sidetracked here. Let's make our way up here. I keep messing up my slides. So we got that first piece. Now let's make our way down here. Let's get this open. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna open this rift. We're gonna grab that piece right there. We're gonna jump in the rift. We're gonna make our way on up here. Let's grab this. Alrighty, so we are way behind. Obviously, we're not gonna get the record on any of the attempts we're going for. But we do just need a few more points. There we go. Let's get this open. Should have ran the other way. That's all right. Let's grab this. Let's do this. Alrighty, now the theater is open. And if we did everything right, which I don't really know how we'd mess this up. There we go. Stop the timer like a second late, but we did get sub 4. We did get sub 4. This run was not great at all, but this was the first run we could actually do because it took us forever to get the double points. That's at spawn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reset. Hopefully we can get double points again and maybe clean up the run just a little bit. Alrighty, so we're having a few issues with this speed run because we need to get double points, and resetting for that is not working out too well. And the other issue we're having is we cannot get this gate open no matter how many times I do this. So this is actually like the only run besides like the first or second one we did where I got it open. Now, this is where we mess up. Okay, I don't know if we got it, but that's alright. So, let's grab the double. Did not mean to collat those zombies. That's whatever. And we are going to want to flip the round. There we go. So, we can head up here. We might be able to grab that beast mode again and maybe save the run, but I don't think so. Let's head this way, and let's see if we got the door open. Oh my god, we did. This might be the run. Hold on. Let's grab that. Now let's go through the rift. The only thing is we're going to need like another 500 points to get the other door open to the Footlight District, I believe. Actually, we might need a few more points than that. Oh god, where am I? Alright. Alright, so I'm glad we flipped the round. We got an insta. That's actually pretty peak. Hold on. So all we're trying to do is beat the 4 minutes, I believe we had. I'm thinking maybe we should have hung out and killed these zombies. Yeah, this is the only run we've really had go well. Now, we could try beast mode again, because I do know there's a way to skip it, kinda, to get to the other area to save us time. But we just need 500 points. Alright, we got enough. I don't think we're going to be able to beat our time, just depending on the beast mode. Okay, there we go. Zap that guy. Let's get the hell out of here. Actually, we might have it. We might have our previous time beat. I think we do, but only by like 10 seconds. Okay, 347. Honestly, not bad. This was like the only third... This was probably the only third real attempt I've had, because even if I got the double points, I had to reset because getting that gate open is such a huge pain in the ass. I can't believe I got it open the first couple tries of this, but then I shit you not, it was probably 20 resets because I could not get that gate open. So we were able to do this one. Now, if we got another double points, I think that would have helped us out more. And I think if I would have killed all the zombies when we came out of the rift, I think that would have helped us. But I want to give this one more try because I've put in like 30-40 tries into this one. So I want to give it one more go to see if we can beat 347. Alright, got the double points. I'm just going to kind of lock in for this run. Probably not too much commentary. Alrighty, so I missed the timer by about a second, so I'm gonna give us a 3:45 on that. So we were able to beat our best time, our PR, by 2 seconds, and that was probably the best start I think I've had. The only thing that's holding me back on these runs is, even with a great start and, you know, decent movement with getting around the map, is just points, because the first door to get into Footlight is a grand, and then, which I'll sometimes have while leaving the Canals district, but typically I need to kill a few more zombies, and I'm only on round 2 at that point, just because they all move so slow, and their spawns are so whacked because I already went into the rift. And so the biggest thing holding us back is points, especially this door. I literally just have to camp like at this window and at this window to get an extra 1250, because typically when I get into this area, I only have maybe a couple hundred points. So I think this run could be better if I got another double points. And I believe this run and the last good run we had, we got max ammos, which isn't the worst. Which isn't the worst by any means. Well, I guess there's a nuke now and an insta-kill. But for everything to go right, you need the double points at the beginning, and you need a double points during the run. Otherwise, you're strictly using gun and knife kills, and the zombie spawns are so whack and they're so slow. But that's probably about 40-ish attempts on this run, and a 345. I know it says 346. I forgot to end the timer. But a 345, I'm going to take it for never even trying speed runs before, up until this video. But if you guys did enjoy today's video, drop a like and subscribe. I put a ton of time in doing this and also just learning everything. So any support is greatly appreciated. And as always, I will see you guys next time.